Hi there guys, and welcome back to the Random View channel, and today we're going to be unboxing the so-called flagship killer. So this is the Poco F3. So long story short, this has been a while coming, and given the fact that it did take 3 months for me to get this phone. So this launched in March with the Chinese versions, and in April in the Western territories, mainly the UK and the EU, sometime in April. However, I haven't been able to get this phone until recently, and that's because it's been in short supply, and my order got stuck in customs in about 3 to 4 different countries, and it's taken me almost 3 months to get this phone. So what we're going to do is we're going to open the highest spec version that you can get. So this is the 8 gigabyte 256 gig model. I did only get this in midnight blue because that was the only model that was available. So it does come in 3 other colors, which is the Arctic white and the ocean blue. The ocean blue is really nice, but I could not get my hands on it. However, so what we're going to do is we're just going to unbox the video, and I'll show you exactly what you get. So I will follow up to this video with a first impressions video after I get a chance to play around with it. So typical Poco fashion, black and yellow in this case. So for you guys that don't know, the Poco phone was a sub-brand of Xiaomi that launched in India, and it was basically to compete with the higher tier phones. So they came out of the gate running, and with the first version of the Poco phone, it was literally a beast, and given the actual price point that you were paying for, it was absolutely amazing. But they did do a misfire with the second version, but however they have come back to form with the F3. So it's a nice wooden box there. So obviously 5G version, however most times in Australia you are going to be operating in the 4G, so Australia's 5G rollout is pretty much very similar to our vaccine rollout. It's been abysmal, so you really only get 5G in certain parts of the major cities, and that's about it. Given the fact that I lived in a rural area, it's going to be very unlikely that I will be able to use 5G speeds, but we shall see. Very important notice on the box is they've got with easy access to the Google apps you use most, because obviously if you purchase the Chinese model, it is going to be locked out on Google services and the Google Play Store. However, you can sideload those if you wish. However, I wasn't going to be mucking around with the Chinese ROM, so I waited for the global ROM to come out. So this is pre-loaded with Google Play and Google services, so I shouldn't have to worry about that. However, yeah, if you are in the know and if you wanted to save a bit more money, you can go over to Chinese and sideload those yourself. However, global ROM. See if I can get this out. It's going to be a bit tight. So obviously the box is a fingerprint magnet already. That's probably just due to my phone. So on the side there, just going night black, 8 gig 256 ROM in here. So I should get the phone up. So welcome to the Poco family. Let's put that aside. So that's just a little card there, and you can scan the QR code, and alright, we're gonna put that aside. So assuming, so what do we get? So we've got the phone down there. Alright, so while I'm trying to open this up, I might tell you exactly what I paid for this. So full price I paid for this was 600 Australian dollars. So you may be thinking I may have overpaid for this, but remember that in Australia you do have to pay GST, which is the goods and services tax. So that adds 10% onto the price, and also I paid custom and import duties on this phone. So technically the actual price that I got this phone was for roughly $520. So and you'll be like $520. So this is pretty much a third of the price of a standard flagship. And in Australia, if you're buying a Samsung phone or an Apple phone, you'll be paying, with these same specs, you'll be paying probably close to $2,000, I believe. So so this is good. Yeah, so this is a bit crazy for what you get. So SIM injection tool, sorry, I'm rambling as normal. SIM injection tool, and mine is stuck onto there. You get stickers if you want to have free advertising for Poco, or if you can pop that onto your thing. Everything you need and nothing that you don't. Okay, yep, so obviously that's pointing it to their slogan pretty much. Yeah, we only throw things that you need. So the important thing with this is in terms of the specs, you're getting the Snapdragon 870 and a really nice high refresh screen, but we'll talk about that in the next video. So just your user guide, obviously your warranty, and I'm guessing this might be the adapter. Okay, so obviously no headphone jack, so thank you Apple. But it's nice that they throw this in the box, so you should get good quality audio out of the USB port with the adapter. Remember, this is USB type C 2.0 and not higher version, so you're not going to get HDMI out in this one. And they do give you a standard TPU case that's going to fit here. So it's nice that they throw in a case. A lot of companies don't throw that in the box anymore, but there you go. Alright, so next step is you got your phone. So we'll leave the phone aside for a second. Let's just put the cardboard pasting in there. And so you get your standard USB type A to C cable. Nice little red accent on the USB on there. So this is the 33 watt charger. So this is a fast charger out of the box. So I like that they added on. Obviously this is the UK model, so I won't be using this in Australia. However, I do have a lot of international adapters at home. So if I really need to, I can plug it in and use the 33 watt charging on here. However, yeah, I might not bother and just use a standard quick charge 3.0 or adapter. So this does power delivery and quick charge 3.0, because obviously it's using the Snapdragon chip. So it's going to be charging slower than normal, but I'm a person who believes that charging your battery slower is better for the overall life cycles of the battery. So I'm not too concerned about not being able to use this, but I will be testing this out during my later video when I do a proper review. But there you go, you have it. It's quite a chunky charger actually, but yeah, it's nice what they've given here. Obviously this phone is not going to launch in the Australian market ever, so that's one of the things you have to live with when you order a phone from overseas. And I think I think that's it really, just to make sure. Oh, I think there's something in here. Might be headphones actually. Yay, nice move. So you do get headphones with the phone, and also with a remote if you don't want to use Bluetooth headphones. Given the fact that a lot of people are working from home, this is going to be quite useful. So you do get quite a lot. A lot of phones these days will skimp out and you're pretty much going to get the phone and the cable, and not even the charger anymore. Thank you Apple again. But it's nice that they throw any things, so to make sure I haven't lost anything, because I've done that before, missed things. So we're going to put everything aside and we're going to have a look at the phone. Okay, so here's the bad boy itself. So Poco F3, so obviously Snapdragon 870, so this is an overclocked 865 plus that did occur in the Samsung Galaxy S20 plus, I believe. So obviously this is the second fastest chip that's currently out there. So the fact that you get it in a phone that is literally a third to a quarter of the price of the phones that of its competitors that you will buy in Australia is absolutely bonkers. Although there are a couple of features missing on this phone that we'll have a chat about. Probably I'll do a first impressions video after I have had a couple of days used to it before I do my full review. So fantastic AMOLED display. So back to OLED, and it's 120 Hertz. But the thing is, so this is a 1080p screen, and also it does 360 Hertz sampling rate. So you want to get smooth, absolutely smooth response. Also, the screen is HDR 10 plus certified as well. So you're going to get amazing colors. So they haven't skipped out on the screen. You also get dual audio, so Dolby Atmos certified. So Dolby Atmos is more of a sound profile rather than anything else, but it's great that you have dual speakers, because most phones in this price point will only have the one speaker. And you've also got a high resolution 48 megapixel triple camera system. We'll have a chat about that in more detail later on. So this is one area that they've actually have skimped on the phone. So no telephoto lens. You've only got a macro and an ultra wide. So I'm just going to peel it off. So this is obviously the best part of opening up any tech, is peeling this off. Okay. So this phone's all plastic, well, mainly plastic, and there you have it. So that fantastic, nice looking screen. So on the bottom, you've got your SIM tray there. So SIM tray there is only for dual SIM only, so no micro SD expansion port there. However, if you are traveling, that's going to be a fantastic addition. When we can travel again, and I do tend to travel when I can, but unfortunately not possible there. So it's USB Type C on the bottom there. So that's, as I said, USB Type 2.0 only, and that's all you really get. Data and audio transfer, data, sound, and power only. So there's no funky HDMI output here. So no Thunderbolt access. So you get a bottom microphone here and your little speaker on the side. So on the left hand side, nothing here. On top, you will see more speakers on here, and you won't see underneath here, but there is a infrared blaster, I think, on this side here. Hopefully it shows up in camera. So nice that they throw that on. It's a nice little feature that I do like on phones, given the fact that you control your AC and your TV and stuff when you are lazy and you can't grab the remote control camera. So here we go. So this is the power button. So this serves as a fingerprint scanner as well. So I will set that when I set up the phone. And obviously the volume up and down to power the rocker. So this has an amazing screen to body ratio. You've only got a punch hole camera there. It does have that silver accent on the top though, which I kind of don't like on phones, because it really goes with a front-facing camera, and especially with a punch hole, you really want it to be unintrusive as possible. However, I think they've copied that from the Samsung A-line series, which they do have a really good camera. Just to point out, I was like, maybe you should have put our flagship phone instead if it bugs you. But it's no front chin on the bottom there. So to buy the Apple trend that all the phones were following 1 or 2 years ago. So punch hole in there, and obviously you got your speaker right here. So the edge is plastic, so that's where the antenna line goes. And we flip over to the back, so that's the camera setup. So that's the model there. And this is the global ROM, so just 5G there. So we're going to pull off the I'll pull it off later. So in terms of the camera system there, so you got your dual LED camera here, your main shooter, so that's a 48 megapixel shooter, another 48 megapixel shooter, I believe. I could be wrong, I will check that later. So that's your ultra wide, and I think they've skimped on the ultra wide, and you do get your rather pointless macro, which no one uses. However, this one is a 5 megapixel sensor here, so a little bit higher end than your standard camera setup, but still, if you want to get this phone, pretty much what you're really buying is for the performance, the storage, which is fast QFS 3.1 storage, I believe, and it comes in the so if you want to save a bit of money, the 128 gigabyte model, I think it's $50 cheaper than this one, but I would probably, if I was you, would go for the high spec model, given the fact that there is no micro SD extension slot there. However, that's all I'm really going to talk about. So this is the Poco F3 phone, and this is what you get if you import it from the UK. If you can get your phone, hands on the phone. I do see that it's currently in stock. I did see it on Amazon, but they were selling it for 700 now, I believe. So the price has dropped up, and that's because these phones are in short supply. And remember, we are still in the middle of a global pandemic, so it's quite hard to actually get things from overseas now. It does take a bit longer, so just be patient if these things get hold up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug this in, and I'll play around with the phone for a couple of days. I'll do a first impressions video before I do my full review. Anyway guys, that's all I'm going to really say for today, and I'll see you guys later, and thanks for joining us. And if you've watched to the end of the video, obviously you found it a bit helpful, so do all that good stuff, press like, subscribe, leave a comment, do whatever feels right to you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers guys, Random Geek out.